Forever painting.
Yes. Salvate, this is Jeff.
This is David.
Hello, David. We are playing
Hi,
Nioh.
Jeff. Hi.
This is the thrilling conclusion of the Battle of Sekigahara. Again, historically accurate. Very 100% what happened. There was a giant demon monster called Gasha-dokuro.
Right.
Because the actual fight we're going to cheese the crap out of, I put the sort of like a good, easy way to get the spikes in for the first half. I mentioned this last time, but this video is probably a good place to actually talk about it. This mission is just a boss fight, and at any time you can just fall into the middle, fight the boss.
Right.
But you can go around the outside, you can get a few collectibles, there's like a shrine here. There's 3 sort of like corrupted crystals that you can put stakes into to purify them. And they correspond to certain pools of, I don't know, just like good times. Good time pools.
Of positive
of positive purity, I guess.
energy and
Inside the actual boss arena. So if you purify all 3 of them, there will be a lot of zones of, I think it regenerates stamina and living weapon energy, if I remember correctly. It doesn't restore your health? I don't think so. But it is a very quick recovery on a bunch of other stuff. We're going to spike them in, you know, the opposite side to minimize the chance that an enemy will interrupt.
right.
Which, you know, that can happen. There's a
Right.
lot of larger Oni that are wandering about. The actual fight is a little annoying, but it's at least nice that let's see, you might like.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was a mortar shot from the boss that got me on there.
Jeez.
Suzaku's just sitting there, just kind of like, all right, I got your stuff. I'll watch out for your stuff.
That's
There's a shrine right here. It's
right.
This is the least
convenient.
of the. It's the most convenient one to die at.
What
because
buffs
it's
are you doing,
easiest
by
to
the way?
get to. The buffs. Like
Yeah. What spells are you casting on yourself?
Oh, those are the normal ones I use. It's the forget the names. It's invisibility and silent running
Okay.
for the most part. Which means like you can run through the entire game. This is a very we're gonna find the spot. Don't worry.
Jeff, are
we got this.
you?
This is the time. I'm feeling good about this one.
I mean, you would know, but I also know how you you like to run through things, and sometimes you get a little frustrated, and you like to continue running through things.
This is not even really necessary for the boss with the strategy we're using. I don't think. Actually, it is. I don't remember if this crystal is the one that has like the purity pool that's near the boss's head.
Which is the one you need?
I think so. It's the one that will be the most useful because we're going to be once we destroy the boss's feet. What's his name? Actually, I don't remember his name, but the I guess the monk that is helping you out, that gave you the spikes in the first place. Not Fuku, but like the guy.
Right.
It's been a while. I don't remember his name.
It's been a bit.
But that guy, he will do a like stun spell, basically. Lots of like paper seals and whatnot. Very Japanese.
Right. Yeah.
Which will pin the boss down while you can just DPS him a lot. But since if you have the purity pool in, where you have all of these nice buffs, which again I don't remember the exact buffs, but those are the fun icons in the corner.
Right.
It'll make it so that basically you can have infinite living weapon, which Suzaku's let's say triangle and circle attack, which is like the special attack that you can pull out at any time, sort of like a super kind of for the living weapons. It kind of like comes forward and shoots ahead and kind of spirals around a little bit, but since it does consecutive hits and the boss is gigantic, it's going to do a lot of damage very quickly.
Right.
But first we have to do a little bit of avoiding
Right.
There is a particular attack that the feet can do, where he just kind of like does a spinning bird kick, or just kind of like a roundhouse. It's very annoying. It seems like the hitbox covers the entire lower level of the boss arena. Very annoying.
Which is a little hard to avoid, yeah.
Yep, a little hard to avoid. There, he's being stunned, and we're going to simply hit this attack over and over again.
Ooh. His health is,
It is melting.
Yeah.
So you can see we're out of living weapon energy, folks.
And yet you're continuing to go.
We got that buff. We're going to keep it going. Now, if I was one, because there's that one that I missed, where I did a regular kind of attack instead of the special. That means that we're going to have to finish off by just doing feet pokes.
Right.
But you can definitely one cycle, at least in this version of the game. Again, because this is a few patches ago, I don't know if this will change.
Right.
Also, we did enough damage, I think, that he's being stunned again, so this is even more trivial. At least we don't have to worry about the very, very annoying spin attacks. Also, the fall damage doesn't count for Crusher.
I was about to ask, yeah.
It's environmental, much like poison. There are these little ads that pop up, though, which that's really the thing that can kind of like ruin a run. I don't think that actually counts towards your boss damage, though. That's the Gasha-dokuro.
There you go.
It's kind of just a big fight. It's more spectacle than challenge.
Right.
I guess it is kind of hard to not get hit. There's like different attacks it'll do on the mid-range where it will try and stomp on you with it, or stomp on you, and just kind of like punch you, I guess. Mm-hmm. It stomps. It'll do a roundhouse when you're on the bottom.
It's very Last Giant.
Yeah. It's not very mobile, except, well, you wouldn't really think that based on its sweet kicks, but.
Or it's like mad ups.
Yeah, it's mad ups. Once you knock down all the health on one of its 4 body parts, then it gets stunned, and you have to. It's just a matter of learning the arena, because you want to make sure to efficiently get up to the top, so that you can start your damage phase. Very kind of phase-based, cycle-based, kind of MMO style. Like get your stuns, get your dups, get your dots, and whatever else the kids say these days.
I wouldn't know. I've never played any game like that ever.
You've never played a cooperative MMO like experience.
Nope.
I understand.
Nope, never done it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially didn't spend 5 hours doing that with you this week, or last week, I guess, technically.
Technically. That probably didn't happen. You're right.
No.
Now I think about it. Next time. What's next time?
I can't tell you.
Let me check the schedule.
Tell you what's next.
And by schedule, I just mean the footage.
Right. You've saved them all, or you've already done them all. So
there is only. Let's see. This is part 18. This is close to the end.
This is part 17.
This is part. Oh, yes, that's right. I was saying what I was looking
at, right.
Sometimes that happens.
Yep.
This is part 17. Next time will be part 18. We'll be fighting Mitsunari, who's very difficult.
But fun difficult, right? Good difficult?
No. More like tiny chip damage ruining your run difficult.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, this not a particularly fun fight. Took many tries to get successfully. That'll be next time. He's a very aggressive. It's one of those bosses where they mean business because they're kind of your size.
Right.
It's like, oh no, the Gasha-dokuro was like size
huge,
of a huge building, but whatever. This other guy, oh man, he's like slightly taller than William.
Oh no.
He's one of the hybrid bosses. We saw a little bit with Otani.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have he has like a lot of the rules of the yokai bosses.
Right.
But a little bit of the rules of the humanoid bosses, but not all of them. So kind of the strengths of both, not really the weaknesses. So you don't have as many cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
And they have a lot more strength and sort of durability. Anyways, that's a very difficult fight. There's a lot of sword combos very fast.
Right.
But after that, there's actually only... Well, I'm putting it at 24 parts. So there's just a few more.
Oh, wow.
But there's actually only a few missions left. Because there are a lot of bosses kind of stacked up on the very last missions, especially.
Okay. Capcom style boss rush kind of thing.
Yeah, there's a classic, which is a pretty good boss rush in the final. Well, it's not the final mission. I guess it'd be the penultimate mission. Technically speaking.
Technically,
it's definitely like the climax, the weird crap floating in the sky, kind of mission. There's a traditional boss rush in that, but then there's also you also have to fight a lot of bosses. So
right, yeah.
So it's like a little hybrid. 4 of the bosses are repeats, but then the last 3 are new.
So it's like Wily's Castle then.
Yeah, it's Wily's Castle. But fortunately, you don't have to... It's not a gauntlet that you have to go through all of them.
Right.
You can... You basically checkpoint between them, which is nice, because it would be
nice.
very, very infuriating if you had to just... The very difficult last 3 bosses, if you had to do all at once every single time you died.
Right. You know, it'd be like having to fight a 3-phase boss fight, and every time you lose on the 3rd phase, you have to do the first 2 again, which is not fun. It's not fun at all.
Yeah, and to even respawn, you have to have a bunch of people that are in the call with you intentionally disconnect. This is a random example. I think we had 2 different examples there, but we did, but whatever. Who knows? Could be talking about anything.
Right. We could be talking about literally anything.
Literally anything.
If you like us talking...
Yes, okay.
Talking about literally anything. If you enjoy us talking about literally anything, feel free to go and contribute to our Patreon, which is where you can go to give monthly. Helps us keep doing this. If not Patreon, you can give us a one-time tip via PayPal, or if you can't do that, then just tell people about us.
Evil Within 2 is great. There is an Easter egg in it that is very funny. I'm trying to get someone to play it to try and work it into the game, because it's a very, very out of the way thing that you wouldn't really just do in a normal playthrough. But I'm very happy that it's there. It is very stupid and very funny.
Good.
Anyone who's wondering what it is, I'm sure you could find it. It's like on Reddit and the internet or whatnot.
Right.
Or we could
do a Let's Play of it.
Yeah, that's also possible. So I won't spoil it, but if you want to, especially if you're playing through the game, I think it's before, it's either chapter 8 or 9, something where there's no reason to backtrack. Not really, but if you go all the way back to the very first area where you met someone and talked to them, there's a very, very amusing dialogue that only happens in that circumstance.
That's okay.
Which to me, if I would like found that just playing through the game normally, would have been great. Just watching on the internet, still pretty amusing. But if anyone else is playing it out there and wants to try and discover that for themselves, I think it's pretty worth it. And a game that's already fantastic. So
right.
I am a fan of that video game.
Yeah, I
might have mentioned it.
Yeah, you may have said something about it. I might have started playing Factorio again.
I see.
I maybe. I maybe they talked about it in the Beastcast.
They talked about okay. Yeah, it's because Vinny was like, Factorio, and then you were playing Factorio.
And then I was playing before Factorio again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Before he said the O at the end of Factorio, you had already started up a new automation adventure.
Yeah, logistics and efficiency. It's a good game.
Who among us does not love infrastructure?
I mean, I'm sure those people exist and they're horrible. No, I'm kidding. My wife finds the game incredibly boring. I
can understand that.
Yeah.
But I also like grinding and things. Therapeutic grinding.
Yep. Cathartic.
Maybe not as much as you.
I mean, it lets my brain do other things. Okay,
that's true. That's true. This is the reason that I can understand Dynasty Warriors as a concept.
Right. I mean, I played a lot of Dynasty Warriors games, but you know what? There's something very specific about, like, when I, for example, hypothetically ground all of our characters in Persona 3 up to, like, their highest reasonable level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, that took multiple hours, but I was able to listen to a bunch of stand-up routines and just relax and escape from the crushing, brutal reality of my life.
Fun times. Minecraft, also good for this.
Yep, I hollowed out a mountain and I built a giant pyramid.
You did. You can entomb yourself in.
It had one bed. In the middle of a giant, giant pyramid. With no light.
So the monsters could watch you sleep, I guess.
Oh, more just... So when I build stuff in games, I love the idea of... If somebody just randomly found this with no context, what would be the thing that screwed with them the most?
You appreciate absurdity and purposelessness.
Yeah. Or
effort combined with pointlessness.
Or just, like, extreme effort that looks very practical or like you could use it, and then when you really start digging into it, you're like, no, like, all these rooms are just slightly too small to make use of, or they're slightly too large for any of the other things in the game, or, like, this is impressive, I guess, but it's a planet. Like, no one can utilize all that. I have fun building things, just based on the concept of somebody going through and being like, what was wrong with them? What happened? Why? Why did... Like, why did he dig several, like, 100 by 100 foot square pits from the surface to the center of the planet? Why?
We may never know. Many tomes will be written postulating possible scenarios that led to this basically joke. What could it have been? Could have been anything.
It was a 24-hour podcast. Let's be honest. It was a 24-hour podcast. That's what did that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra life content out right now.
Yeah. So
also,
much.
There's the Questing for Glory, which I don't even know what that is, but it appeared on the RPG Limit Break channel. So
yeah, I've been watching some of that too.
Yeah. I'm on Tales of Berseria. Hey, you know what's a video game that came out this year in the year of video games? Was Tales of Berseria.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yep. You like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. I've been watching Project Beast, which is the Beastcast's Kerbal space program thing.
I see.
It's good, especially when the three of them are talking about things like, let's do this. And then you scroll down to the comments and all of them are like, why? Why? It says, the numbers on the thing you're looking like, I'm not even spoiling. It says on the thing that this won't work like you want it to. Putting more rockets on it doesn't change that, okay. And then they kill a Kerbal, and they try again.
Oh, rip Kerbal.
Yep,
rip in peace.
They've killed a lot of Bobs and a lot of Bill Kerbals.
Well, on that somber note of sending adorable things to their slow or hopefully quick deaths.
Oh no, if they get stuck in space, they're there. Their oxygen never runs out and they don't need food. So they're just there until they get rescued or forever.
That's worse.
That's
worse than death.
Especially when they're in a pod that's run out of electricity so they can't even turn the lights on. When they're just in darkness. Infinite darkness.
Infinite darkness. The end.
Ba-doop boop.
Nioh.
Nioh.
There's a PC version of Nioh.
Oh, really?
Yes. There's
awesome.
I think it's either out or because it's the year of video games.
Mm-hmm.
The like special edition where it's all the DLC and stuff. PC version. Don't know when that comes out. Maybe it's already out. Maybe it's out soon. But there's so many games.
Yeah.
I'm also playing Wolfenstein.
Is that good?
Wolfenstein is very good.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's a very good story.
Mm-hmm.
I do not enjoy the shooting in Wolfenstein so much. I liked it just fine in the First Order, but I don't know. There's something about the readability or
the
like
New Order. You mean? New Order?
Yes, in New Order, I enjoyed it more. The shooting aspect. The New Colossus, this one, the latest one. I don't know. There's something about like the readability of enemies and the environment, and like understanding what directions enemies are going to be coming from. And like the hit stuns or like hit effects of different weapons, like the size of weapons obstructing your view. Everything is just kind of like a little bit less than I wanted. So I just put it on easy and run around with 2 guns and then kill everything. I mean, that's
valid. Yeah,
it's valid. It's a valid strategy. The actual story is very good. It is intense in ways I was not expecting, and goofy in ways I wasn't expecting.
Really?
Just very good. It's like it just goes to all kinds of strange, wonderful places. And this is pretty much an accomplishment considering the strange, wonderful places that the first game went to.
Yeah.
But like the first game's almost like pedestrian in comparison.
Really?
So like the first game had I guess First Order spoilers.
New Order.
Yes.
It's
First Order, yes. The New Order.
Yes.
First Order? Wait, what is First Order?
I don't know. But it's New Order because the DLC expansion thing was the Old Blood.
Old Blood, yes. New Order. The New Colossus, which is also confusing. It's both new. It's Wolfenstein 2, but it's like the 10th Wolfenstein game. It doesn't matter.
Right.
Yes, the previous one had things like secret Jewish power armor.
What?
And Nazi moon bases. But like,
I forgot about that one.
like it starts there and then goes beyond that.
Huh.
Like I said, it's surprisingly intense with the some of the characters and their relationships and the violence that is done to them and each other. BJ Blazkowicz this version of him continues to be great. He is a solemn philosopher.
Right.
He never raises his voice. It's actually an amazing change of pace for protagonist types.
Yeah.
He's always very angry, justifiably so, but he never yells. He's an interesting turn. He's very often just kind of whispering to himself, gravelly, philosophical, nihilistic wanderings.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. Musings, maybe.
Yeah, the first game has one scene in it that I've never actually been able to watch.
Okay.
With the Skull Crusher.
The Skull Crusher. Okay. Yeah, there's some skull crushing. There's some chainsaw torturing. There's some, like, just like actual concentration camp in the first game.
Yeah, I didn't see that part of the first game.
There's also ancient Jewish mech suit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right.
It's a balance. I do like that the game takes itself seriously. It is not a series of fourth wall breaking jokes.
Right.
Because I can get on board about kind of any kind of story as long as you have the willingness to commit to the verisimilitude of the fictional world that you're presenting.
Right, you got to stay in kayfabe.
Yep, gotta keep your eye on the prize. It doesn't really matter how ridiculous it seems, the things that are happening, as long as it kind of maintains its own momentum. It's also something that Doom 2016, not from the year of video games, but close.
From last year.
From
the year before video games.
Yes, the year before video games. Also did quite well.
Right.
Oh, I was Nioh.
Nioh.